Welcome, Caroline, come on.
Thank you. Bonjour Kimani is my last name. In my country, this is my tribal name. It means I come from the Kikuyu group, the Kikuyu tribe. This is the largest tribe in Kenya, and it is famous for loving money. Like if you ask anybody about a Kikuyu, they'll tell you they love money. And it's not a stereotype to me. Actually, I say it's a fact. And who doesn't love money? All I do, I love money, I think about money and how to make money. That's what I do. So naturally, from my tribe, I became a tax accountant so that I can count and make it rain every day. You're in good hands, I'm a professional. I have a bachelor's degree in commerce, accounting and finance. I have a master's in accounting, I'm a CPA. And I'm a tax accountant at Eric McLaughlin, LLC. We do a couple of things. We do accounting and we do tax services. I'm in the tax services group, but I can also switch and go to accounting. This is just a continuation of our last speech, what we did. And so I'll jump right next to our next session. Our Q&A session. So this is a question and answer session. Someone has my first question, and they can read it out, and then I'll respond to you.
Caroline, I use TurboTax to prepare my taxes and it's free. Why should I hire a tax accountant to do my taxes?
Good question. So he uses TurboTax to prepare his taxes. It's not extremely free. TurboTax is only free if you're preparing federal tax return only. And the only people who do that are people in Texas. That's the only state that doesn't pay state taxes. So if you use TurboTax, you'll pay if you prepare a state return in Georgia. A tax accountant is important in the long run. It saves you time, and a tax accountant saves you money. Because a tax accountant does not only prepare your tax return, they have years and years of experience. In 1 year, a tax accountant looks at thousands and thousands of individual income tax returns. So you get that extra keen eye on detail that you might not get when you look at your tax return. A tax accountant is important too because besides preparing your tax return, they do a comparison for you. What did you make in 2014? How was your financial status? And how is your financial status in 2015? They give you forecasting of the future. This year, how much are you, this year like for next year if you're preparing your tax return in 2016? They can forecast that for you. In the next like 6 months, do this, to lower your tax liability or to increase your refund. A tax accountant is important because they do research for you on your behalf. The AMT, the alternative minimum tax. That's what we do every day. And they offer just planning on things that you might not think about. Marriage, wedding, retirement, saving. They offer advice on that. My next question, number 2.
Caroline, I owe over $2,000 in federal and state taxes every year. How can I get a tax refund in 2016?
Yeah, 2,000 is a large amount to owe. But if you look at it, it's not a bad thing to owe taxes. It's not always a bad thing because when you owe taxes, the government is like giving you tax-free money to invest, and then you'll pay it later. That means that you can use, if you're wise, you can use that money to invest in stocks and bonds, and later, when you owe taxes, you can pay that money. It's like a deferred tax. You can pay that money later on when you prepare your taxes. So if you're very wise, you can do that. But for some people, they like the government to hold their money, to loan the government money, and then they can pay it later. So if that's the option you want, it all comes to your initial W-9 that you fill out with your employer. If you fill that outright and you lower your dependents, that will be able to take care of that. You can also do other things. You can itemize your deductions, and you deduct work, home office, any expenses that you have, you can always deduct it for your business or for school. And that's how you can be able to lower your tax liability. And there's so many other ways you can do that. And a tax accountant can be able to specifically look at your tax return and advise you how to go about it. And maybe get a 2,000 tax refund instead for 2016. My next question.
Caroline, I have my own business. The self-employment taxes are killing me. How can I harvest the tax benefits of owning a small business?
Self-employment taxes. Once you're a self-employed person, you prepare a 1040. everything is prepared on Schedule C, and that's how you get to have all these self-employment taxes, which are like 15 or 30%. I would advise that you incorporate your business and incorporate yourself. Instead of being a self-business owner and preparing a 1040, to open up an S Corp, an LLC. This means it will take out the whole small business section. The whole small business tax, that's gone if you have an S Corp. The thing is, the S Corp flows into the LLC, and so your tax returns will be better off. You can also ask an accountant to visit your business, and they can help you identify business expenses that you can expense that you might not know that you need to expense them. And that way, you'll be good, because America loves small business owners. Who has my next question? Nicole?
What is innocent spouse relief?
Innocent spouse relief, that's a good question. Someone asked me the last time I was giving my speech. So the American government is very good. If you're married and filing a joint return and you divorce or you don't get along with your spouse anymore, and you owe taxes, the government gives you an opportunity to listen to you. And if they filed a false return or it was not correct, and they made a mistake somewhere and you did not know about it, you can always talk to the government and file certain forms to be able to get that relief. Innocent spouse relief is just one of them. We have a separation of liability and we have equitable liability. A good tax accountant, again, will be able to help you with that. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, how do you relieve that?
Let's pull it down.
In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the American government cares for you. Right when you're born, when you're a small baby, you can take advantage of child tax. When you go to college, you can take advantage of the American Opportunity Tax Credit and the long-time tax credit. Throughout your life, when you go to work, your first job, you can take advantage of the earned income tax credit. You can take advantage of the PTC, this is the premium tax credit for your health care. You can take advantage of HSA, which is a very good account to have. It's called a health savings account. You can open up a savings account and get a savings credit. This is for your 401k, for your Roth IRA. And when you retire, when you get married, please do file a married filing journal. This is the one that we advise most. When you retire, you can get Social Security benefits. You can get your 401ks. And you can also be a dependent and let your people claim you. The government also cares about its environment. So if you like energy and saving energy, you can also benefit from energy credits. That is all for today, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.